Sarah, when I first met you, I knew you were something special. You were the perfect complement. You have a perfect answer for every missing piece of my soul. When you hold me in your arms, I feel unstoppable. You and I can conquer anything together. You and I are everything together. I promise to love you every day for the rest of my life. I promise to be a better man every day for you. Above all, I promise you my life as your husband until the end of time.
Trying to get each individual person. Perfect. One. You want me to pull it up? Beautiful. Hey, Ty, do you... We got that, it's all good, we got that! It's not quite the predator. Doing like perfect.
Hello and welcome everyone. We are here to celebrate the public recognition of a commitment that Sarah and Curt have already made privately in their hearts. But it's also a commitment to all of you who have come to bear witness to their vows on this day and support them on the first step of their journey into marriage. These candles represent all that you are and all that you have been, Curt, Sarah, until this moment. Through the passing of the years, let the veil remind you that you belong to each other and no one else. This cord symbolizes an infinite bond of love that you share that keeps your relationship strong in the face of adversity, as well as that you both are no longer two, but one in marriage.
Sarah, I give this as a pledge of my dedication to your welfare.
Now, by the authority vested in me by the state of California, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It is my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time as husband and wife, Curt and Sarah Sende Diego.
Personality. She has lived in many different places over the years. And in all of these places, she has found a way to make things work for her through the struggles, the differences, and the distance. She went to Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. Many people are from Washington, as we know. And when her classmates were all going to Missoula and Bozeman for school, she worked full-time, put herself through school, and she graduated with a degree in business. But soon after graduating, she didn't stay in Bellingham long after that. I guess she needed a change of scenery. Up to La Paz, Mexico, Sarah went with only her high school Spanish skills. And somehow that got her by. Or maybe all she did was speak English. Somehow good. Who knows? She made friends, she volunteered, and she became a teacher. and somehow she became quite an equestrian rider. She's likes to ride horses all over. We never knew that about her. She moved back to the United States from Mexico and realized she no longer or never liked the cold weather. So she picked a city that here had year-round sun. She relocated to Austin, Texas, where she had no job, no friends, and no family there. She got a job, she made some great friends. She got a puppy, Daphne, a new addition to her family, and now she even owns a home in Austin, Texas. The police in Austin, Texas can't even stop Sarah from living her free spirit way, even if they collide from time to time. When you hit the cop. And now we come to present day. Sarah's living in San Diego with a man named Curt San Diego. This stud muffin over here. Did she know that her long-distance relationship would turn into something more? Did she know that her life was going to change forever? Did she know she would find her soulmate and move to another state to be with him? The answer to all of these questions are no. Sarah didn't know. Sister Sarah over the years has taken chances, risks, and believe in her, everything will work out attitude. So from these life experiences that I've watched Sarah go through, it makes me view life differently. When the unpredictable outcomes lead to love and happiness, it makes life worth living, worth taking risks and living for. Through all the challenges, the good, the bad, and the unpredictable moments in her life, Sarah is now faced with the defining moment of happiness, and ever after with marrying her soulmate, Curt. I would like to have everyone raise their glasses. Sarah and Curt, may you believe in each other. May you believe in your love for one another. Believe in the unpredictable outcomes. And always have an everything will work out attitude. I would like to propose a toast to Sarah and Curt San Diego. I love you both very much.
Remember my wedding, Curt? All right, good. Good evening and welcome. My name is Jason, and it's my pleasure to thank you all for celebrating Curt and Sarah's special day with us. I've known Curt my entire life, from when we were babies playing in diapers, to children playing outside, to adults playing games online. But I didn't know where to start. It wasn't until a couple weeks ago, Heidi texted me and asked me, in one word, how would I describe Curt? I scrolled through my hard drive, and I couldn't come up with anything to define Curt. Cute, funny, good personality, total package. No. The one word I would use to describe Curt is great. So tonight, I will tell you why Curt is great. Number one, or as Curt likes to refer to it, rule number one, Curt is always right. I don't know if this rule applies to everyone because I'm a clumsy and forgetful person, but in my entire adulthood, about half the conversations with Curt and with Jay. Rule number one, with the life lesson that follows. For example, in high school, Curt, Seth, Russ, and I agreed to take the SATs on the same day in Coopville. I forgot to sign up, and probably I was busy playing video games online, and it was 2 or 3 hours before the deadline, and Curt reminded me to register. So I signed in, registered, logged off. Well, that Saturday, everyone showed up to take the SATs, signed in, sat down to the assigned spots for testing. What was I doing? Not that. I was without a seat and embarrassed in front of everyone in my high school colleagues because I signed up to take the SATs in a city called Colville, 4 hours away from where we were. The one thing I remember the most that day was Curt shaking his head and saying, and that's why you don't procrastinate. I'm certain that's the moment where rule number 1 is created. Number 2, Curt can't swim. He can't, and he'll tell you, because there are 2 things Curt will always speak out on. The thing you're gonna do is not safe, or the thing you're gonna do is dumb. In 2012, I made the riskiest decision of my life by accepting a job in Afghanistan. Most people were sad and scared, and I remember comments like, "Oh man, be safe," or "I'll send you your favorite chocolate to make you feel better." Not Curt. He was heated and gave me, and said something along the lines like, "That's the dumbest idea ever. Why are you moving? Is it because a girl? That's like literally the most dangerous thing you can do." Thanks, Dad. But I don't think Curt will admit it, but Curt will mask how much he cares about you by trying to protect you, and sometimes with fear and intimidation. Number 3, Curt's a peacock. Curt's a peacock. Not literally, figuratively. Unless we're talking about his hair, because his hair was actually like a peacock for 20 years, just like this. But Curt exudes confidence in a good way, because everything Curt does is sincere and certain. This is the worst example, so please bear with me. I can't say I've gone 5 days without a shower, but you know who can? Curt. And I've witnessed this multiple times. The first couple times I said, "Curt, man, you stink. Go shower." And his response was, "It's okay." "It's okay," as to tell me, "It's okay, Jay. This is who I am. Why don't you love me?" The man didn't shower for 5 days, and I felt like I was the bad guy. I'm making him change his underwear. But what I've learned over the years with Curt, after all the crazy haircuts and weird clothes and missed showers, it's not about how you look or smell, it's how you feel on the inside. Number 4, Curt's a role model. Growing up with Curt was not easy because everything was a competition, or at least felt like it. When I was 4, I read 2 Dr. Seuss books in one night. Curt read 30. When I was 6, I had bangs. Curt had bangs and a rat tail. When I was 10, I received honors as an exemplary student in 1 semester. Curt was accepted into an advanced learning program for the entire school year. I share all this because I look up to Curt. Growing up, and I often turn to him for advice. Before it was questions like, "Why are you so smart? How do you survive a 6th pool? What do I do? I love her." To conversations nowadays that just surround life, like, "What made you paint your wall one color?" Or, "How much did you pay in escrow? Who should I vote for?" But no matter the questions, Curt has always offered a sense of direction or sharp criticism, which has ultimately shaped my life to what it is today. And I think this partnership, in a sense, describes what marriage should be. 2 people who support one another, keep each other safe, and encourage the other by bringing out the best. Curt, thank you. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't have you in my life. Sarah, I know we just met, but you're a true blessing in all our lives. I know Curt will love you, protect you, and support you in all your endeavors. So if we may raise our glasses, may they always be each other's guide on this journey, and may they together inspire each other to find the beauty and joy in everything life has to offer. Cheers. Cheers.
gonna bring it higher. So, first, I didn't bring my champagne, but I do want to cheers to Heidi's speech and Sarah taking risks, because our friendship was born out of that. Thank you. Here's to taking risks. And also bravery, which is, a word I would use to describe Sarah, but apparently Curt, because he didn't take showers for 5 days and expected his friends to still hang out. So, Sarah and I met back in 2014 when she moved to Austin, and we connected very quickly. I'm sure, as many of you know, when you talk to Sarah, she wants to know how you're doing and make sure you're okay before you ever even get to her. She's one of the most thoughtful, selfless, caring, and kind people I've ever met, and I'm very grateful to have her in my life. I was really lucky to meet Curt very early on in their relationship. No, I'll let you tell that later. But, when I met Sarah, I was really confused. I was like, how is this girl single? She's gorgeous and smart and funny and wonderful. And I figured out very quickly it was because there was no one good enough for her until she met Curt. I think it's really amazing to see two people who just really mirror each other in really wonderful qualities. We were fortunate to have Curt and Sarah come stay with us in, I think, September in Denver. Curt was doing some tournament or something. But I loved it because that means I had Sarah to myself for like 3 days. But the crazy thing was, Dave and I were like, well, we'll just take him to brunch or something. We were just barely rolling out of bed, and Curt fixed this amazing breakfast for us, and then ran off and didn't eat any of it. He was staying at our house, bought groceries, made us breakfast, and didn't eat any of it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is why they're perfect for each other. They literally are the kindest, most caring people who take care of everyone around them. And I'm very fortunate and grateful to have you both in my life. And I think you two are going to be, you're just going to have an amazing life together. You deserve each other, and I'm very happy for you. Thank you for having us. Here's the first gift.
Hi, I'm the other Sarah from Austin, and I have the pleasure of knowing both of these two, and I might cry. Okay. So Curt and I have a long history together. We went to middle school together, we went to high school together, and all my life Curt has been generous and and also very hard on me. I think we've just had kind of a bullying friendship, I would say, for 20 plus years. And he's just been a really good friend to me. But I think one thing that I could always say about Curt is that he's so generous, and he's helped me through my poverty. We were baggers. We bagged groceries at the commissary. And there was a rule when we bagged groceries, and that was when you were training, you didn't make any money. And I will never forget that Curt split his earnings with me, although he made a lot because I'm cute. but that's how Curt is. He's just generous. He's always thinking about everybody else. He's extremely loyal, and he's extremely kind, and just a really good friend. And I'll never forget, he bought me groceries in Hawaii when I was poor, and I couldn't afford groceries. Anyway, and Sarah and I worked together in Austin 7 years ago now, and so we've known each other for a really long time. And a couple of years ago, a little bit more so about Sarah. She's particular, very particular, very generous, very loyal, and these two really care about each other's parents, and I think that sticks with me a lot. And a couple of years ago, I was listening to both of them on both sides of the world complaining about single life. And I thought, these two, there's not a more perfect pair than these two. They're both kind, they're both generous, and they both love their parents, and very loyal. And I just think that these two are the best pair, and I can't wait for you to tell your grandkids about me. So, anyway, I just had to say something because I really love you too. I'm so glad that you guys found each other and that you guys are just great for each other. So, toast to these two.
So my name is Dan, or Dan, or Dan Cortez, or Kuya Dan, or blah blah blah, etc. Dan something. I've known Curt since he was in the 2nd grade. And I can say, with all honesty, we were not friends at that time. We were not, because he was my brother's best friend at that time. He was the guy who came over and was like, hey, I'm here. Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And I was in 5th grade, and I was like, good. I'm good. We're good. But you start to see someone over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that relationship continues to grow beyond just my brother's friend. He suddenly, at some point, I don't know when, but he became my friend. And beyond that, he started to become my other brother. Like, he was my other little brother that would come over and we'd play magic and do all sorts of weird things. Like, by weird things, have you heard of MC Anonymous? So him and I, we used to hang out, laugh, and rap together, talk about our feelings, and sometimes we would, just sit in his room back in Lake City and just talk about life. We'd go on dates together. You remember going to the spaghetti joint just down the street? And so, we hung out together and had fun. And then he moved to San Diego and went through life as an adult. We keep in touch, but at some point, Curt kind of went through I won't say dark period with Curt, because he's always smiling, but his smile wasn't as bright at that time. It's just kind of hanging out, not showering for 5 days. And I was like, oh, okay. But we keep in touch, and he'd always be caring whenever you interacted with him. And at some point over the last year, 2 years, suddenly he was energetic and happy. And it's like, what's going on? And he was like, oh, I'm starting to talk to somebody. And I was like, okay, let's meet this person. And for the first time I met Sarah, 6-8 months ago? And I was like, oh, the world made sense again. I don't know if there are such things as soulmates, but there's people you were meant to be with. And Sarah, the way you interact with Curt and talk to him, and more importantly, in those quiet moments when you just look at each other just like that, that's what love is. And that's, I think, the way relationships continue to build and grow, and with one another, you two have found love. So to that, I think we just make a toast to two people who have found each other and made each other better people, and toast to that.
My name is Camille. I'm Sarah's mother, and I just want to say that when Sarah first came and told me that her and Curt were getting married, I was elated. And then I met Curt's family, and I was in love. I couldn't have been happier. Those were some of the best memories of my life. Was Sarah telling me about her and Curt and meeting her new family. You guys are great. I mean, I find myself smiling all the time. I go to work and I'm smiling. I go home and I'm smiling. Curt's heard this 100 times already. I love Curt. Sarah couldn't have found a better man. I'll always love you, Curt. You're my son-in-law for life. I want you to know that I'm going to tell you 100 more times or 1,000 more times how wonderful you are and how grateful and blessed I am to have you and your family in my life. I really love you and I appreciate you. And one more thing, Curt. Our dowry plans are still on my wish to-do list. Okay. I love you, Curt. Yeah, you're the best.
Hi, I'm Curt's mom. And first, most loving and gracious God, thank you for thank you for having us tonight to celebrate Curt and Sarah's big day. I thank you also for coming tonight, for all those who traveled far and our friends and relatives, and especially from Seattle. The weather is really bad, but still we made it. So thank you for all you guys, for coming. And Sarah and Curt, don't forget, love is kind, respect each other, and support each other. And most is you have to, and Curt, remember, happy wife, happy life. So let's welcome Sarah, Cindy, Diego in our family. We love you both. All right? So what, you want to say something? Okay. Okay. What? Okay. So cheers. All right.
The next one is the talker. I don't need a microphone, but you know. See, I told you I don't need a microphone. All right. Thanks for the help. Well, it looks like everybody knows me. I'm the twin of Curt. Except I already have gray hair. Don't have a long hair, but still. But anyway, in case we miss it, thank you for all of you who are with us for the celebration of Curt and Sarah. Everybody already talked about Curt, so I cannot anymore add, except I'm just curious about that 5 days he don't take a shower. I think I blame my wife. Because my wife is the one giving shower to him when he was young. And when he's far away from us, I guess he did not learn anything, just... So, it's okay. It's kind of top secret, but take it with a smile. Another thing is, it's been a long time, most of these brides, groom, you know, they are all the child of Curt, and thank you for all of you. You know, it's been a long time. We haven't seen each other, especially Jason, I think.
And
Russ? No, I mean, especially Jason, he left Oak Harbor when he was a single. Now I found out he's married with a daughter. Congratulations, Jason. kind of different too. He grew some beard and mustache. So, but all of you, I don't have anything. The other bridegroom. But let me ask a little bit, Sarah. I know we kind of live each other for almost a year and a half now, but I look Sarah, she's quiet. That's what I noticed from her. She seldom talks to us. She does, but unless she say, hi, Uday, how are you? But it's the opposite. I'm the talker and she's the quiet. But I love that, because the more she talks, right, the more I will make mistake. So it's better than she don't ask question or talk to me, because I might say there, something wrong. But I really notice we really likes you, my wife. And your family, thanks for loving Curt. The big thing I can say is you can help us to make Curt change some of his attitude. Because attitude is what he does. So at least I have somebody to change a little bit what he does. Okay, Karen? You noticed that? Well, it's also a secret. She noticed that. So we are happy. Real good. What's up? Okay. What else I can see? I think that's it. I'm not going to or else it's a top secret. I'm in trouble. I toast for that.
I'm Curt's sister, younger sister. And so I guess I want to start with talking about, Daniel kind of talked about a change in Curt about 2 years ago. So I was in Oklahoma with my husband's family, and I called Curt because he said he was in Texas. And I said, what are you doing in Texas on Christmas? He's like, I have this friend that's kind of like a girlfriend. And I was like, what? I said, well, am I going to see you for Christmas? Because I'm in Oklahoma. That's like 6 hours from where you're at. Why don't you, drive up, or we meet halfway, or I'll see you for Christmas. He's like, no, I'm busy. I said, okay. So I said, well, Merry Christmas, okay. So, we celebrated the holiday, and then April rolls around, and he says, I'm in Texas again, and I'm here at my girlfriend Sarah's house. And I said, your girlfriend? She's your girlfriend now. He's like, yeah, we're pretty serious. I think we're gonna get married. I said, what? You're gonna get married? And so I look at my husband like, Curt has a girlfriend after so many years, right? And he's like, really? Does she know that he plays magic? I said, I don't know. The car, the kids were on break, and we drive 6 hours to Austin to meet Sarah because we were like, is she real? Is her a real girlfriend? So we go to Sarah's house. I don't know, she probably knew we were coming, so she cleaned up and everything, and we were like, oh my gosh, this place is great, it's impeccable. And we're like, has she been to Curt's house yet? Those of you who know, right? We're like, okay. All right, cool. So we spent a day over at Sarah's house. We had dinner, and he cooked for us. Made dinner. We were like, oh, how come Curt's cooking for us? So we left that trip. We had a really great evening, and we were driving home, and we're like, oh man, she's just too good for him. We're like, man, we gotta help him out. Like, she's a great catch. We gotta make sure she sticks around. So Chris and I, the whole time, like, trying to scheme, like, yeah, we should go to his house, like, clean it up. We should, like, wash his car. We should vacuum. We should make sure he takes a shower. Anyway, fast forward. Sarah came to live with us and we became roommates. So I know a lot of dirty laundry now. But what I can say is Curt and Sarah are really a perfect pair. And it just, for Chris and I, for our family, as my mom and dad have mentioned, it's been a great blessing for us to have Sarah. She's worked together with us as a family to create a lot of normalcy, a lot of happy memories, and help uplifting Curt. And it touches my heart to see when they do fight and then they come back together again and figure it out. Because you guys know, those married couples know how that really is, okay? You know, this is wedding day, but you know how it really is. So, yeah, I heard a yeah there, yeah. But I did want to give you a real quick gift, Curt. It's kind of a re-gift. This is the food and wine guide to perfect pairings. I heard actually Sarah talk about perfect pair, and I was like, I was thinking the same too, so see, we're on the same page. Really quickly though, I just want Curt to tell you a little bit about this book. Just 1 minute, Curt. Just tell them a little bit about how you got this and what happened.
This is the greatest scam I've ever been involved with. So this, I registered for like a free subscription through Costco to like this book club. And then eventually when it was no longer free, I tried to cancel it. And so they said, okay, sure. You just send the last, subscription fee and, pay for what you just got. And I'm like, okay, I'll pay $30. And then a month later they said, congratulations on renewing your subscription. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. So then they keep sending me books, and then they keep billing. This happened for, I'm not kidding, like 2 years. They keep sending me a book, and I'm like, no, I don't want this. And then I call them, and they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Just pay for what the last book you got. And I'm like, okay, here's $30 again. And then they say, congratulations on renewing your subscription. So then I just stopped paying, and they keep sending me books, so I have like 18 of these. And I tried to give them away, give them to my sister. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you.
So the reason why I wanted him to share that is because I wanted to toast to Curt and Sarah. And I wanted to say, I hope that your relationship is just like this food and wine guide, that even when you want to cancel and unsubscribe, your love is like this subscription. It is never ending. Yeah,
Thank you everyone for coming today. It means so much to have our closest friends and family. With us today. I wanted to say it quick. I don't know how quick. Thank you before the night kicks off. First, I'd like to thank probably the two most important people who are responsible for Curt and I being together today. Sarah DeLauder and her me mom, the ultimate matchmakers. Sarah, if it weren't for you setting Curt and I up and for telling Curt to give an awkward, shy girl with really poor social skills a chance, I don't think we'd be here without you. Thanks for connecting us and for just kind of being our path in the beginning. And for being such a good friend. And okay. Some water? And then Hermione, the other matchmaker, you have a heart of gold and an eye for love. You've successfully set up numerous couples, and I know you always are on the, trying to put Curt not together with someone, but you're always looking out for your son and you want the best for him. Luckily, you left him for me, and I'm so thankful for that. Curt may not be perfect, but he's perfect. No, I was trying to put ending. Curt may not be perfect, but he's perfect for me. Thank you for raising. Such a wonderful, thoughtful, kind guy. And to our friends and family who have traveled and came to enjoy this special day with us, we're so thankful for your friendship, support, and for you being here today. In some form, you've had an impact on our lives, and we couldn't imagine today without you. Thank you so much for being here today. And I would go on, but I'd be here all night. So thank you. And to my mother, Mom, we made it. I still remember that one time we were organizing some stuff in your basement and trying to get you to move to San Diego to be closer to me and Curt. And I was complaining about something Curt had done. I don't know, magic, the laundry. I don't even know what it was. And you looked at me and you said, Sarah, don't ruin this for me. I really want Curt as my son-in-law. So Mom, congratulations on today. It brings me a lot of joy to see the way you look at Curt. And the love you have for Curt and his family, it's really touching. To my big sister Heidi, thank you for all that you've done. This past, I didn't even know when I started planning my wedding. It just kind of happened, and you guys did it for me. So thank you. I couldn't imagine without you here today, and thank you, Jeff, for being here today as well. You're part of the family, and we're excited to share our memories with you this year. So thank you for being here. Okay. To the San Diego. To Grover's family. Thank you for everything you've done for us this past 2 years. I can't express how grateful I am for having you in my life and you and me for its life. You're generous, you're kind, you're the right amount of chaos that I need in my life to make me feel normal, and I love the energy that you have brought into me and Curt's life. From the moment I've met you all. You've been so kind, loving, generous. For those of you that have known me in Austin, I lived a pretty independent life with my dog Daphne. I didn't think, I had my mom, my sister, my close friends with me. And when I first met you at Mark's wedding, and then when you came to my house in April in Austin, it was like this whole new dimension that was brought into my life. And I'm just so thankful for everything you've done for my life, for me and Curt, and thank you for all the memories. Curt and I look forward to making many more memories with you. I love you guys. Thank you. Oh, that's
it. Because I spent several hours writing cards to you guys personally. So, kind of to reiterate on that, we tried to keep this event very private because everybody here in some way, shape, or form, had an impact on us, and everybody here, we're grateful and thankful to have you here. I tried to be very personal in my cards because I think everyone, however big or small here, shaped who I am as a man, person, and I think the same with Sarah. So these are the people, we wanted here. Thank you all for coming. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna cry, but I did that. I guess I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out. My parents, who I've lived with, I don't know who does or does not know, my parents and my sister and her 3 children have lived with Sarah and I in my house for a year and a half. It's been great. There's been ups and downs. So thank you for toughing it out. I think Sarah and I learned a lot about each other. You guys have helped us along the way. Thank you to my parents, to Sarah's family. I've had a great time getting to know all of you. Heidi, Jeff, her husband, Mom, Camille, and now Aunt Michelle, everybody included. Thank you for raising a beautiful woman. She's thoughtful, selfless, and perfect for me, honestly. It's not perfect. Just perfect for me. Again, I hope everybody is, happy, has a great time. I'm thankful that everybody came out, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Let's have a good time.
Yeah. When the visions around you bring tears to your eyes, and all that surrounds you are secrets and lies, I'll be your strength, I'll give you hope, keeping your faith where it's gone.
Sorry, you good?
The one you should call, standing here all alone. You all know this. And I will take you in my arms and hold you right where you belong. Till the day my life is through, this I promise you. This I promise you. I've loved you forever in lifetimes before, and I promise you never will you hurt anymore. I give you my word and give you my heart. This is a battle we've won, and with this vow, forever has now begun. Just close your eyes each loving day and know this feeling won't go away. Every word I say is true. This I promise you. This I promise you. Over and over I fall when I hear you call. Without you in my life, baby, I just wouldn't be living at all. Yeah. I don't rap it well, but this is good, I promise. Yeah. When I first heard about you, I tried to play it kinda cool. I went from playing hard to get to playing high with you and spending time with you. I know it drives me crazy, but I wouldn't change a day because you're just my lady love. In truest form, you are everything to me, and you know you fill the void up with everything I need. I swear I'll love you always, regardless, boo, in front of everyone we know. This I promise you.